Hey guys, it's Josh. I'm at hole 1 of the current 9-hole Margreth Riemer course. Here the average hole distance for the 9 holes is 307 feet. And then if you want to pan out to the first hole, a lot of them are a lot like this. You got a couple trees here, maybe like 4 trees that are obstacles, about 300 feet away. If you zoom in, you can press that top one. See
I went in, didn't go very far.
Yeah. So, so I'm just going to be taking you, if you don't know the course, I'm just going to be showing you a little bit of what's already here. And then my goals for the back 9 are to have a few longer holes and have a few shorter holes that are a little bit more technical than the ones here. You'll see when we get to hole 4. Holes 4 and 9 are wide open. There's some challenge with distance and wind, but I want to make them a little bit more technical for the back 9. All right, we're coming up on hole 2. Hole 2 is one of my favorite holes here. You can't see it right now, but because there's a pretty slight or pretty good elevation change down there. I'll try and zoom in. See that hill? We're aiming for the center tree there. Distance here is about 244. And I like hole 2 because you can get a 2 on it the first time you play here, and maybe another time get a 4 on it because it's just a really tricky hole. It's probably the trickiest hole here. Alright, just got done with hole 2. Now we're coming up on hole 3 here. Hole 3 is about 261 feet. As you can see, plays slightly uphill. For right-handed backhanders, there are not a whole lot of obstacles for this. There's a little bush to the right, but left-handed backhanders there is a little bit because we got 3 small trees here on the left. But other than that, not a whole bunch going on here. Alright, now we're at hole 4 here. 261 feet. Dead center. Not a whole lot for obstacles on this one. To the right we've got a lake. It's not usually that high, but we just had a lot of rain. Hole 5 here is another one of my favorites. There's some new obstacles recently added in. You can see they look like they're young trees, so a couple years they should be nice and big. We got 308 feet, but it's a nice decline, dogleg right. Pretty reachable for a hyzer, right-hand hyzer, and the fairway is going to be straight ahead then. Alright, coming up on hole 6. Hole 6 is a scary one because we got water to the right, water to the left. For lefty backhanders, they got some bushes here they need to worry about. Righty backhanders, there's a small tree right there. Should probably pretty young, so it'll be bigger years down the road, so it'll be more of an obstacle. And then if you see that, you might not be able to see it with the camera. That big tree at the end, the hole is right in front of that big tree. Alright, we're coming up on hole 7 here. Lake to the right, usually that's much lower, but kind of a scary little challenge. Today it's 287 feet. Not so much, there's kind of a funky elevation change, which is kind of cool on this hole. Obstacles, not a whole lot. There's a young tree to the right of the hole, and then an older tree to the left of the hole. Both of those are about pin high. It's probably closer from your house. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Alright, here's hole 8. I think hole 8 is probably the hardest hole of the course. It's one of the hardest. Plays uphill. 331 feet. You got closest thing Riemer has to a tunnel here. We got 1 tree on the left, and then a couple trees on the right, and then a little ditch of nastiness on the right there, and then we got road to the right of that. So this is a pretty good hole right here. So we're coming up on the last hole of the course. Hole 9, 423 feet. If you look at, we don't have a whole lot of obstacles. It's more of a distance challenge. And so behind me is where we're going to be adding the back 9. If you can, not that tree there. If you can see, we have a lot of elevation to work with. We've got a lot of trees to work with, and actually on the other side of the hill there's about twice as much land we can work with too. We're going to have some shorter holes that are going to be a lot more technical, and we'll be sure to use that big hill right there for a nice long downhill. Alright.